What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. You already know who it is. Today, I want to talk about photography, and not just anything, but I want to talk about the opportunities that I've gotten to do photography for multiple different gospel and Christian music artists. So let's get right into it. All right. So I don't even know how long ago it was, but a while back I made the decision where I wanted to kind of focus in on a different type of photography and be more intentional. I've always done this type of photography, but I was never fully intentional about it. And um, I guess I should give a little backstory. As if you've been following my channel and you know a little bit about me so far, you know that I do music, and I've always been surrounded by music and in the music world. And I've always looked for ways to kind of combine both worlds that I kind of love as far as media and also music into this centralized space. I guess you could call it that. So what I've been doing, and I've done this for a long time, but never as serious, I guess you could say, is concert photography. So when I was in college, I got the opportunity to go to a Travis Green concert. And at that Travis Green concert, I was able to take some photos of his concert. And this was like when I wasn't even taking concert photography serious. I really didn't have like a super nice camera, didn't know what I was doing. But I was like, hey, I'm just gonna show up with my camera and I'm just gonna do photography. So I took my camera to this, and it was actually a free concert. So I took my camera to this free Travis Green concert, and I did some photography there. And I'll put some of those photos. You'll probably see them here and here on the screen. And just to show y'all like my progress, that was like the first time I can't really think. And if I do think of any other times, maybe I can put those on the screen too. But I feel like that was like my first time really getting into concert photography. And I took like a few photos. It wasn't even a lot on my camera. And I actually used those photos in when I was in college for like my senior project that I was doing in college before I graduated. But yeah, that was my first time, and I was like, I really enjoyed this because it blends the two worlds of like media and also music ministry, which is also a passion of mine. And after that, I still didn't take like concert photography super serious until I got the opportunity to go to a Thai tribute. I wouldn't say it was a concert. It was more of like he showed up at a local church and he sang a couple of songs. So it wasn't like a full concert, but he was there in the building and he did sing. But it wasn't like an official Thai tribute concert. But I was able to get there and take some photos of the experience, and that really sparked my energy to really want to do concert photography. I got the opportunity to take photos of another artist that you may have heard of. His name is Antoine Cooks. And he came to a church locally here in the area, and he sang a couple of songs as well. So I was able to do that. And so those two instances really sparked my interest into getting into photography for concerts, specifically gospel and Christian concerts. And from there, those opportunities were kind of just given to me, and they were kind of easy, I would say, because I didn't really have to do much. I just showed up. They were kind of like free concerts in the area, and I just showed up. They let me in with my camera. That's another thing and another topic for another day, I guess. Not all places allow you to bring in professional cameras, but since these were like free church concerts, I was able to bring in my camera and didn't have any problems. But that's not always the case. Anyways, so after those two instances, I wanted to take concert photography more serious. And that's where the difficulty came in because I wasn't able to always have, or I'm not always able to have free concerts available or just an open door kind of policy. And that's where I had to kind of get out of my comfort zone and learn kind of a new skill. And this new skill is finding ways to reach out to artists, to reach out to singers, musicians, just anybody I can to get a door open for me, if that makes sense. So when you're doing photography for artists or for like a concert or a worship group, you have to contact somebody in that group or someone that's managing them to be able to be let in with your camera. Most concerts do not allow you to be let in with a professional camera. There's rules for that. And so one thing that they give you is something called a media pass, or sometimes it's called a photo pass or a media pass. And those who have media passes are allowed to come in and do photography and do video as well, if that's your thing. So you have to reach out to these agencies and to these people just to kind of be able to get in with your camera. So that took me out of my comfort zone because I had to start doing that. So I started reaching out to multiple different artists to get opportunities to do more concerts and more photography opportunities. I had the opportunity through my persistency and consistency, and by the grace of God. I'm not going to say that all of this was just because of me and my hard work. No, God also had his hand in this. God allowed me to do photography for Red Worship. I don't know if you all have heard of Red Worship, but they're also a worship group. They're basically the praise team for their church, and then they kind of got big, and then they started doing concerts, and they travel and do all this kind of stuff. And so because I messaged them and I reached out, I got that opportunity, and I'll put some of those pictures up on the screen as well, because it was a really cool experience, and that was my first time being able to do photos of a concert that I got by actually reaching out to the artist. I didn't just show up because it was like a free event. I actually reached out to the artist to be able to do this event. So it was a really cool and great experience that I got to do this and to have this opportunity. Then after that, I went and I photographed another artist, another gospel artist, and that's Miranda Curtis. So I have photos, and I'll put those on the screen as well, of what I've done. I had the opportunity to go. She was celebrating her birthday, so I did a bunch of photos for her, and I sent them to her. She liked the post, and it was just a beautiful thing to be able to not only capture the moment of worship, but also be able to share that with others, so that people can see God through the photos. And that's how I see my photography when I go and do concert photography. I'm not going to get famous, or I'm not, like, I guess they call it fanboying, like I'm trying to like meet these artists. I just want to be able to, through my lens, just share that experience with someone else, and maybe they may come closer to Christ through that. So those are some of the things that I've been doing, and those some of the ways that I've gotten opportunities through photography. And so if you're looking to kind of branch out and do something new, one thing I want to encourage you is to never be afraid to reach out to someone for an opportunity. I always say the most that someone can say is no. And maybe they can say a couple of more things that may be a little bit more mean, but the most you can get from someone is a no, and you won't ever get a no until you at least try to reach out to individuals. So for me, I reach out to multiple artists all the time. I have another concert that I'm not going to reveal the name of because it's a big artist, which I'm excited for. But coming up in Atlanta soon, that I'm going to do photography for this artist. But I'm just want to encourage you all, if you're trying to do something, if you want to break out of the box and you want to push yourself to the next level, ask the questions, get in the room, get around those individuals that you're wanting. If you're wanting to, let's say if you're wanting to do cooking, get around the chefs that you want to be around. Follow them on social media, message them. They may not respond. Find their, I forgive me cooking people if I'm not saying this right, but like there's like a head chef and a sous chef and then like other like people under them. If that's your thing, find those other people. Find the dishwasher that's washing the dishes for them, and message that dishwasher and be like, hey, is there a way that I can just come and watch you wash dishes? And by you being there watching them wash dishes, which sounds funny, but you may see that chef in the kitchen one time and you may be able to say a couple of words to them. It's little things like that. It's building those connections and never neglecting how you can get in contact with people. You may not always be directly in contact with the person that you want to, but there's other people that may have connections. So don't limit yourself to only trying to reach out to the big person that you're trying to reach. And one thing that I will always say is always be consistent in everything that you're doing. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't be afraid to send that message. Don't be afraid to take that leap of faith and show up at an event that you don't know if you'll be let into. Or if you know that there's an event going on and you think that you can stand outside and wait till that person comes that you're trying to get in contact with or you're trying to reach out to, no matter what you're doing. If you're a photographer, if you're a videographer, if you're a chef and you want someone famous to taste your food, go to that event where you think they'll be at and take a piece of your food with you, or a cookie or a cake or whatever you do. If you want that person to see, if you're an artist and you want to give your art and you want your art to be seen, go to events. Find events that are in your area. Find people that are connected to the connected to the connected, things like that. And just be consistent and be persistent in everything that you do. And also make sure that everything you do it in prayer, and make sure that God is leading you in everything you do. And God will continue to open doors like He's done for me. He's opened multiple doors so far, and I'm just praying that He will continue to open doors for me for other opportunities to come. So that's just been a little bit of my story and my journey so far and what I've been up to in the past couple of months. Just doing photography for different concerts and just having amazing experiences and meeting new people and just being able to capture the worship experience of people being able to worship and praise God, and capturing that through my lens. So that's the video. I thank y'all for watching. You already know what I'm going to say. Thank y'all for liking and subscribing. Please share this with everyone that you know. Also, I want to mention that by you watching this video all the way through and also subscribing, it helps the channel and it shows your support. Your support is greatly appreciated. I appreciate everyone that watches these videos. I appreciate everyone who shares these videos, and I thank you for everything that you all do as subscribers to this channel. And also tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your dog, tell your cat, and tell everyone that you know that they should also follow this channel so they may get just a nugget of encouragement and a nugget of blessing. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching, and you already know what I'm about to say. Say it with me. I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. Woo, woo, woo.